Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday night. Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour. Pull up a stool, grab yourself a drink. Let's talk about some Star Wars. I am your host, not Cam, but David. I'll fix that.
I was wondering how long it would take you to notice.
You could have told me before we started. Jeez, let me down. Also with us tonight are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm good. Just waiting for Saturday morning.
What are you doing Saturday morning?
Thunderbolts.
Also with us tonight is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this fine evening?
Doing pretty good. Found out earlier that my car had a flat tire, so I had to take that into the shop and
you can't change a flat tire.
I didn't have one on me.
Oh,
so there you go.
All right. Well, it is May the 1st. That means that Sunday is May the 4th. So
we all know
Sunday
real Star Wars Day is the 25th. So
I know, but May the 4th coincides with the day, so we're gonna go with May the 4th. It is Star Wars Day. You know what? I'm gonna call it a Star Wars month. It's Star Wars month. Let's just call it like it is.
Thank you. It says I'm all ears. There you go.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Anyway, so do y'all have any plans? Are you doing anything special for May the 4th?
Watching
Tales of the Underworld.
Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
That launches on Sunday, right? That launches on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that raises the question. Then, are we going to talk about Underworld after Andor?
Probably, because we're already talking about 3 episodes. Or we could record something and do a review or whatever. I don't know. You're the boss.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss.
I just sit here.
He was waiting for you to say that. He was like, "Let's see."
I'm a very equal opportunity. I like hearing everybody's opinions. So, Andrew, you doing anything special for the 4th?
Yeah, probably I'll watch Underworld. That's probably this when I'll get to see Thunderbolts. I'm gonna try to see it tomorrow, but if I can't, it'll be Sunday. But that's on Star Wars, so we'll just forget about that. I'll probably watch some Star Wars movies. Baby, I already built that Lego set. Crap, I'll have to get another Lego set.
Go buy another one.
Oh, darn it!
You see this mess behind me right here? This is I went to a garage sale this past weekend. They got 40 pounds of Legos, and now it's time to sort everything. So that's
nice.
my room. My room is trashed right now because I'm sorting 40 pounds of Legos to see if I can put stuff together.
Darn it! I'll just go into Walmart and get another Lego set. So.
Yep, it's the only thing you can do. And they just released a whole bunch of them, and I would know because I just bought one this morning. So. I bought they released a UCS Ultimate Collector Series Jango Fett's.
Ooh.
It's Jango Fett Slave 1. I'm going to say it. Slave 1. The official title is Jango Fett's Fire Spray Class Starship, I believe is what the exact title is. Slave 1. It's called...
Can't get offended. It's the actual name.
It's spelled...
Is it Jango Fett or is it Boba Fett's?
No, it's Jango.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Jango because Boba Fett had one release actually May the 4th weekend. When did Boba's release? May the 4th of 2016. May the 4th weekend. So that was Boba's, and now we're getting Jango's, which is good. So which is cool. It's awesome. The color scheme, it's built to scale for the figures, so it's really big and huge. And I ordered it online because the gift with purchase is a hot commodity this year, and I didn't want to miss it. It's Camino Training Grounds, and it comes with like 2 or 3 exclusive figures. So anyway,
nice.
I'm excited. But also, don't forget this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day as well. So after you go to the Thunderbolts, go to your local comic book store and pick up some free comic books. I don't know if you care about that or not, but I'm just saying. Saturday for me and the boys. This Saturday, the first Saturday in May, has always been the May the 4th weekend. It's always Free Comic Book Day. We go see whatever Marvel movie is out that day. We go get Star Wars Legos, and play with Star Wars Legos, and it's a geek weekend for us. So
Nice.
this is one weekend a year that I look forward to a lot, mainly because I get to spend it with the boys. So it's cool.
Nice.
That's cool. Plus, I get to see Thunderbolts, so yeah, it's gonna be good. But anyway, all right, let's get into this because we got a lot to go over. We got Andor coming, season 2, episodes 4, 5, and 6. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi.
One thing I've learned through watching these 2 arcs is that it definitely makes sense now why they released them 3 at a time instead of weekly.
Why?
Because like the first episode of each arc is getting you caught up on the year gap and while setting the foundation for the next 2. I think for a lot of people, if you had to wait that week, there'd be a lot. I mean, there's already people that are falling off, but I mean, getting all that at once. I prefer weekly. Don't get me wrong. I prefer weekly. But
the 3 episodes killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is, yeah.
It's like yesterday I was going to rewatch it, but I was like, man, I just watched it. I like to watch it, think on it for a few days, whatever, and then rewatch it, take my notes. And I just have a hard time of staying up late to watch it. And then when I get home from work and I'm pooped and trying to watch it again, plus take notes. And then,
okay. So
I tried doing it today and I only got through 2 episodes.
Disney, here's what we need. We need the MCU shows to stay on Tuesday nights. That one's fine because that gives us almost an entire week to deal with to get before we get to MCU Mondays, before we have to talk about it. But the Star Wars show, let's push it back to Sunday. Can we do Sunday or Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, something like that? That way we've got time to sit and watch it 2 or 3 times before we have to get on and talk about it.
Or have it come on Friday.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, come out on Friday. Friday night would be great.
Oh, my daughter.
I sure hoped you watched all 3 episodes because
she did not.
Uh-oh.
Oof. You didn't get to see all this
just one episode, and when she went to watch it, she realized it was 3.
Oh man!
So I'm not. It's probably my fault that I didn't tell her, or maybe I did and I didn't. I don't know.
It's 3 episodes per week for the next 2 weeks, so just so you're caught up, But anyway, let's talk about this thing. So you've got Cassian and Bix kind of settling into their life in Coruscant. She's crazy and he's not far behind her, if you ask me, because he's very what's the word I'm looking for? Paranoid? Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, the guy saw her face, so he killed her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he's doing everything he can to protect her, and that's why. Because they're in love, they're dating, living together.
Right.
And he's already lost, like she said, lost his sister, lost Marva, Bezo in the last arc. So it's like, yeah, he's just a tad bit paranoid.
But see,
especially when it comes to her.
This is something. If I was wanted or if I was being hunted by somebody, I think the place I would go hide would be like a very large city. because it's easy to get lost there.
Mhm.
You know, rather than, oh, I'm going to go find me a secluded cabin out in the middle of the woods somewhere. It's like, I'm the only one out here. You know where I am. It seems like that would be a lot easier to find me. So for him being paranoid, oh, we're in this big city and we're right under the nose of the Imperials too. That's what gets me, and I'm just like, I think you're okay. You're hiding amongst the crowd. You're in the crowd. You're just a nameless, faceless person. So,
Mhm.
but that's just me. Plus, who's to say? You know, you shot somebody who nearly SA'd you. I'm trying to say words that aren't gonna, on a different planet on the other side of the galaxy. Do you honestly think they're going to be spending huge amounts of resources looking for you for killing one officer? I mean, yeah,
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
It's like, you killed the lieutenant. Okay, we got millions of them. We'll just replace him. It's not a big deal. We're still looking for you, but we're not gonna. It's not like, oh, we're sending the fleet to every planet to go find this one person. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the Empire doesn't care. They've got bigger
Bigger fish to
plans that they're
fry.
putting. Yeah, they got bigger plans that they're putting in motion. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I mean, who's
one's-
to say an Imperial officer doesn't get killed every day? You know, or every week?
Vader killed a bunch of them just in Empire.
Right. So, yeah.
But then you've also got Bix with her PTSD. She went through a traumatic event and now she's having nightmares. I loved the expansion of her character, just what she was going through. Seemed like she was she taking drugs? Was she doing something, or was that just Cassian
Yeah, because
freaking out?
Luthen
gave it
kind
to
of.
her.
No, he just confirmed that she
Or-
was taking
yeah.
drugs, and that it doesn't matter because once you stop taking them, it just comes back worse. I don't know what kind of drugs because they're definitely not dust sticks
Oh,
because you
spice.
smoke those, but it could be some kind of spice fluid of some sort.
Anyway, but she's having nightmares about her.
Dr. Gorst.
Yeah, and he popped up all the time too. He was just all over the place. Who else was in these episodes? There was a lot of people in. We didn't get a whole lot of Mon Mothma in this one, or in this arc, I should say, which was fine because honestly, Debbie, I mean, I get your point and everything from last week, but that rave scene still just annoys me.
I like
I
this.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It bothers me so much. It's like a needle sticking in my brain and just. Ugh.
Well, it's probably the one and only way she could let loose of all her pressure and get away with it in public.
If she had if this had been something like somebody had come up to her and said, "Hey, it's time for you to do the ceremonial mother of the bride dance or something like that," and she had done it, I probably would have been more okay with it. But the fact that it's
a technicality.
The fact that it was just a drunken, I don't know. I always pictured Mon Mothma, and maybe this is where my old school's going to kick in, especially in the old EU, the legends. Mon Mothma has always been she's tall, she carries herself well, she's very dignified. And to do something like that, it's not to me, it's not in her character.
There was a meme I saw of a picture of Mon Mothma from I think it's Return of the Jedi. And it was like, imagine telling someone 40 years ago, then 40 years, there'd be a TV show with her dancing at a wedding, drunk. You're like, oh
Well,
no. You know?
whenever you read The Mask of Fear,
I just bought that, so yeah.
I think you'll kind of understand some of the shit she's been through. And it all has to do with the Delegate of 2000 and what happened shortly after Revenge of the Sith. Plus, she killed a man.
No.
Well, I'm
She's
still.
been through a lot of shit since Revenge of the Sith, and plus with all this other shit that's going on and whatever. Yeah, let loose, Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I liked it, yeah.
And then we've got Ghorman going on too, and
These guys are a bunch of idiots. I swear to God. I wanted to smack each and every one of those people.
which what the Ghorman rebels?
Yes.
Oh,
Just wanted to smack them.
why?
They're idiots.
You know that language is based on it's supposed to sound like French, because Zane and I during the watch party were like, it sounds like they're speaking French. And it's because they based it off of French, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And all the actors are French, so. But yeah.
So what was the? Why do you hate them?
Because they're idiots. I mean, you know, and I'm jumping ahead.
No,
But
go ahead.
Cassian goes to Ghorman undercover as what was it?
Something
Varian Sky.
Varian
Varian,
Sky.
yeah.
Sky.
Fashion designer.
Yeah, fashion designer. He does clean up quite nicely. He looked very
does.
good. Looked
He was
very good.
very dapper.
Yeah. And so he's just sitting there in the bar, you know, just relaxing, enjoying himself, you know, just kind of taking in the scenery because he just checked in. And then dumbass walks in. And of course, he's still trying to stay undercover, like, oh, I was going to make an appointment with you tomorrow. You know, and then they lean in, you know, closely to talk. And he goes, basically, you know, you're fucking this all up. And he tells her, the people you have following me are only drawing attention. Why? Because they're not good at it.
Mm-hmm. But that actually kind of came up twice too, because you had oh shoot, what's his name? The little wiener guy. He's there too. He's trying to infiltrate the rebel.
Oh,
Cyril?
Cecil.
I was trying to figure out who he was talking about
was,
first.
I was thinking Cecil, and I was like, it's not Cecil. I know what
I was
it
like,
is.
wiener guy. Man, I was going through, who's the wiener?
Love his mom, by the way. You know,
He was a little wiener.
It's just
and
like,
the whole spider thing is just.
Well,
funny.
the spider. Okay, so the spider, they're on the planet where they make the silk. The spiders make the silk, and that's that's. So I get the spider. I don't like the fact that they call them spiders. I
Yeah.
hate when they use
call them Kinder eggs or something. I mean,
call them something that sounds Star Wars. You know, you're sounding.
well, they do have a name, but I just can't pronounce it. So spiders, it is.
Oh, well, that's fine.
There you go.
I mean, I'm
I
good
mean,
with
it's
that.
like a word that's this long. I'm like, dude, people, you're killing me. I can't pronounce these words. I can barely pronounce some of the names of these people, let alone, you know, arachnids.
But he's there too, and he's trying to. It's he went through this whole thing, and honestly, his kind of took so many turns that it wasn't even funny, because he started off and he's by himself. She's not around. And I'm like, okay, well, it's been a year. Maybe they broke up. Maybe they didn't.
Mhm.
His mom didn't say anything.
Exactly.
We will. Yep.
Stephanie. Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, his mom didn't say anything about her. And she had so you're like, okay, what's going on? And then he's talking bad. He's not talking bad about the Empire. He's
on that line.
Yeah, you can tell he's kind of disgruntled about it. So it's like, okay, what happened here? What happened to him in the year? And then all of a sudden, it's like he's going back to see her, and he's like, "Oh, look, they're letting me." I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a clever play." Then she's using him to infiltrate the rebel cell on Gorin, and they're all talking about this weapons factory that they're building, and or a weapon storage or something. They're building something that they shouldn't be building. I think we kind of know what it is, but regardless. So it's like, okay, well now, again, my thinking is she kind of lone wolfing this thing just to get things stirred up, just to stir the pot and say, hey, look, you do have an issue here, and she's just using her husband, her boyfriend, whatever, her life partner to get this done because she can't really go through official channels. And then it gets into the third episode and it's like, oh no, this is all sanctioned. And it was like, all right, look at this, because he knew about it.
I still think he'll end up being the patsy.
Well, I find it interesting that as I'm watching this, I'm looking at a bunch of these characters that are like critical to the story, and again thinking to myself, some of these people are not going to survive. It's like watching Rogue One. I was watching that one thinking everybody here is going to die at the end of this movie. I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of how and when. Mon Mothma, we know, survives. She will be around. Bail Organa obviously is going to survive. He will be around. But
I hear Andor like settles down with this nice lady on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, Bix is gonna die. I'm calling that right now.
Bix probably gonna die.
For sure.
The when they were doing the heist and the one girl got shot, I was like, oh, called that one a mile away. Knew that one was coming. I don't even remember her name.
Cinta.
Yeah. As soon as the guy brought out the gun, I was like, oh yeah.
What was that too? Debbie, is my mind shot, or is it not? When she said the only two people that will have blasters is me and Cinta.
Exactly.
The only two. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
You know, I think this kid's name was Sam or something like that. But yeah, he thinks he's all that because he thinks, by passing these little notes in the spiders, that he's really good at this.
He's part of it, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
He's pulling the strings.
What we're doing.
It's like me down here. It's like, yeah, I'm doing so, I'm part of the show.
Yeah. See, idiots. And they don't know how to, because the elector, Rylands, I think is his name, the one girl's father, Ghorman. He thinks, well, we're trying to start he's talking to Cassian, and we're trying to start a rebellion, and Cassian's like, you ain't doing shit by stealing weapons. It's just like, you got to do something bigger.
Yeah.
And
Empire's not going to care about some weapons that went missing.
And he basically told them that their plan was dumb.
Yeah.
Well, compared to the heist of the first season where they steal the money, the quarterly pay, that's a bigger dent than a shipment of weapons. Like, and they learned that in the end, Yeah. Although I will say, outside of that, episode 6 was my favorite of these three.
I did enjoy. Well, episodes. Honestly, though, again, watching each one as a full movie.
Yeah,
it's really good. 6 was because 6 was you had the heist going on, you had the party going on, you had what's her name trying to remove the. What was it, a listening device or something? And Krennic's getting closer, and the one guy's panicking, and he's like, dude, just
Now, my question: why? Ooh, screwed up my hair. Why was that listening device put in there in such a way? Yeah, you don't want them to find it,
Mm-hmm.
but
why is
why
this
would you
gonna be
have to?
so hard to get out?
Yeah.
Exactly, and why?
Was her hand
Why
bleeding?
did nobody notice the blood on the floor? Because her hand was bleeding,
Yeah.
and you could tell
And it
was
was
getting ready
dripping.
to drip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoever came up with that was really dumb. Of course, they're probably speculating, oh, nobody will ever find this, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Lonnie, man. I thought he was going to have a panic attack.
I know.
And
What
again,
are you doing?
this is people, and this goes back to the Gorman raid as well. This is people who she says, look, just do exactly what I tell you, and everything's going to be fine. Do exactly as I say, and everything will be fine. And they told them on Gorman the exact same thing. Do exactly as we say, and everything will go off without a hitch. And he did not do exactly as they say,
Mm-hmm.
and someone got hurt.
I want to ask y'all this real quick before I forget. So the lady that works with Luthen in the antique shop, Dr. Dana.
Leia.
I was gonna say Dr. Dana, Zane, and I were all saying that she could play Leia.
A teenage
But-
Leia.
Yeah,
Like
if they ever did like a young, like she looks like her enough that like
Too old.
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna go too old.
All right.
I mean, she does resemble her. Yes, I'm not gonna argue that with you, but
Maybe a post original trilogy Leia, but a pre sequel. I don't know.
And then Luthen kind of went a little unhinged. One, he goes off on Clea when she tells him, you know what, that microphone we put in that art piece.
we gotta get it out of there.
We gotta get it out because the Empire's gonna go in and check everything out after the big party. And yeah, he just went unhinged. He went unhinged on Cassian when Cassian went to confront him, like, you went and seen Bix behind my back. And he went, well, and then he went nuts. And then he went nuts on Cassian on the ship when he picked him up.
Yeah, because he didn't. Oh, you didn't get the guys. You didn't do what I needed you to do.
Yeah, you disappointed me twice. I'm like, this guy.
I'll be glad when he dies. He's kind of a jerk in this one. He was all about rebellion and stuff in the first season, but this one he's kind of a.
Well, yeah, as long as things go smoothly, and here again, as long as people follow the protocols and this and that and the other. But it's like, sometimes shit happens and you have to, make
Change
shit
the
up or
protocol.
whatever. But he's like, and Cassian right out ask him, he goes, well, what if all these people die? Speaking of Gorman, if they try to do this rebellious thing that they're attempting to do. And he goes, what if they burn? And he said, then they'll burn brightly. I'm like, well, that's just cold. How rude.
Like Terminator 2.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, he don't care.
Oh,
He don't care as long as he gets results. He don't care who gets killed, how it goes, as long as you follow the protocols and he gets the results he needs, he don't care. So yeah, he's coming a little unhinged.
Now I'm getting kind of nervous that Dr. Dana likes him so much. Oof.
Even after these episodes, he still likes him.
If I go
I
missing,
still like him. I just think slowly he's becoming unhinged and shit's gonna happen.
He's becoming a liability. He's becoming a liability.
yeah.
So
Ooh, makes you wonder if he gets killed.
Like I said, I'll be glad when he dies. So, and
Well,
it's coming.
Do you think Andor kills him? If he does die?
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Well,
I can see it now. They're arguing, and he just goes. Psh.
I wouldn't be surprised because of the conversation that they had there in the antique store. That's what you want to call it. He might be the one that kills Bix. Because he kind of said something to Cassian about, at one point, because Cassian doesn't want to leave her alone, da 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 da. And he said, at what point does it become a problem? And I'm like, oh, this is not looking good, just like shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happens and he takes out Bix. Because she's becoming a liability.
Well, if Cassian quits, if he starts to not do what Luthen wants him to do, then yeah, he might take out Biggs.
She is becoming a liability that's causing Cassian to become a liability, basically. Cassian is more and more, because he even said when he went to he was like, is Biggs going with me? No, you're doing this one by yourself. So
yeah, he didn't want to, and Cassian really didn't want to leave him alone. Right. Leave her alone. Because we know she's going to die. I mean, because I think that is going to set off the person that he becomes in Rogue One. Because in Rogue One, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's just like, I don't care about anybody. I don't care if you're working with me. You're dead if you fuck up. He don't care. Right now, the majority of the people that he works with through this, from last season to this season, he generally cares about them and, tries to protect them. Where in Rogue One, no. Until Jyn comes along.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, he's like, but then towards the end, yeah, but towards the end, he starts, coming around and caring again.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Before Cassian kills Luthen, he's going to say, "You embarrassed me in front of Bix."
When I was a boy,
my sister was taken from me.
And I spent a lot of time looking for her. But I found Bix. She has completed that chapter of my life. What else? Oh, Saw. What is Saw doing? Yeah. What is this?
I love the smell of rhomadium in the morning. Whatever that was.
Oh my God. Forrest Whitaker, I swear to God. Brilliant. Just brilliant. This whole arc was just great. Because I'm speculating, but we know in Rogue One, he always has that breathing apparatus, mask, whatever. I think it's from sniffing.
And he's missing 2 legs.
Yeah. So I think it's from the sniffing. I think that also might have contributed to his paranoia, little bit insane. Of course, he said in episode 3 about, you have to be insane to do this or whatever, something like that. To be in the rebellion. To rebel, you have to be insane. You can't be sane to be in the rebellion. Of course, he's an extremist, but still, I think sniffing this rhodium, whatever it is, fuel has just, And
something else too that is something else too that you got to look at is, as far as the paranoia goes, I mean, he had somebody who was close to him turn out to be an imperial. What did they find on him that said, here's the proof? What did they find on him? They never really said.
A listening device.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, because he said he's transmitting
held it up
everything
and
to the Empire.
Yeah, because once he
But-
shot him, they had to pull the thing out of his pocket.
Yeah, and he said, he goes, they'll be waiting for us at wherever he told that Pluty guy where they were going. But we're gonna be parsecs away. Because you could see that shift when Pluty was talking to him and kind of really pushing to know what the location was. And the shift in Saw's demeanor, it was subtle, but it was just like at that moment he knew. He was like, yeah, this guy's a traitor. He's working for the Empire. So,
but that was like I said, that's they had to learn all those different things of what it's doing, whatever that machine is that they're trying to figure out all the different
gauges and variations and
it looks pretty easy to use,
I don't know, but I was like, you should come up with a better way to do this. Come on.
Well, in the future,
And poor Wilmon.
Oh, I know.
I
really thought he was going to shoot him. It's like, geez.
Well, I mean, he's sniffing rhodium now, so I was like, well, he's a goner. Yeah, just breathe too deep, you burn from inside. I was just like,
let me get some of that,
If it explodes on the outside, you basically melt. I'm like, okay thank you for that.
Well, and like I said too, he's missing legs. I'm gonna say that he's not gonna die in this.
Well, he won't.
No,
he won't because he's in Rogue One. But he'll lose some limbs. So
probably from some kind of explosion where,
I swear it's something dumb like, oh well, too much. He sniffed too much rhodium and it caused him to lose his legs. I'm gonna be like, that's lame. Come on.
No, knowing Tony Gilroy, it won't.
I'm thinking it'll be an explosion and it gets on his legs and his legs melt or whatever happens.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's what's gonna happen there. I need to write this shit down so I can brag that I'm right later.
There you go.
Oh, did you notice the planet his base is on?
The one that he's never coming back to again.
Yeah,
it's Dakar. It's the base from
Force Awakens. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Where the rebels were on Force Awakens. Yep, caught that one. Oh, the there was one scene with Cyril when he was
probably walking.
No. He was in his office, and they came in to do the Imperial inspection or whatever. Yeah. Did you the stuff flashing on his whatever he was downloading or whatever he was doing that he handed off to that guy in the square? Mm-hmm. Did you notice it? It almost, and I had to go back and look, and I haven't gone to A New Hope yet to go look, but it almost looked like when R2 was bringing up the maps of the Death Star. Mm. They're in the thing. He says, plug in. He should be able to interpret the entire Imperial network. And he says, oh, it's coupled in several locations, blah, 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 blah. It almost, it looked an awful lot like it. And like I said, I'm going to have to go back and go watch whatever was flashing across his screens I was like, oh.
I thought it was kind of neat that his office was like on the Death Star. How like he walked across like the platform and everyone was working below him.
Everyone was below him. Yeah. Typical Imperial cubicle situating.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it works, don't if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's right. That's right. So, yes, we are. Yes, there's Garrett.
Oh,
yes,
so
we're talking about Saw, so he's probably going to come after us now because we're talking about him. He's a little paranoid like that.
Oh, that's cool. Nah. That would be funny. See that guy over there? You know, is that what does Deadpool say to that guy? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep it PG.
I had a thought and I lost it.
So what happens when you get old?
Oh, so Mon Mothma, seeing her trying to get all these, I assume were senators, to vote with her against the PORD, the public order resentencing directive, which I think is the same thing that got Andor put in Narkina or whatever the heck it was called, that prison thing, because they need people to build the Death Star.
Right.
So, and this was part of the Emperor overstepping, and in the deleted scenes of Revenge of the Sith, you see the start of the delegation of 2000. Okay, Padme, Bale, Mon, and 3 other senators. I don't remember their names because you don't see them in the movie. But yeah, they're in those deleted scenes. They talk about the Emperor overstepping. They doubt he'll give up his powers after the Clone Wars are over with. And I think she's now finding that, in these episodes, that now she can't even get any support at all.
Yeah.
Which
and how hard was it? I mean, even in Rogue One, you look in Rogue One and you say, look, we've got this Death Star, we've got to take it out, we've got to go to Scarif and blah, blah, blah. And people are like, no, we're not going to do that. That's insanity. That's a suicide mission. Then what are we here for? They all left. Everybody's left. So they don't want any part of it. Or they've left to go fight. So it's the same. One thing I will say, I loved the scene, by the way, and the scene too with the in the Senate chambers. Even though I think Ian McDermott would have been a lot better in that scene, but what are you gonna do? But where they're all taking their oath or whatever, that was, it was great. But this was something that we have not seen in Andor, or if we have, it's been very, very subtle and very discreet. But I really enjoyed it. This is what made it feel like Star Wars. There were aliens involved. There was non-humans involved. Now Saw's crew has obviously had quite a few, but the fact that they're now they're starting to litter them across the galaxy, and I like that. That's what makes it feel like Star Wars. We're not just a bunch of people walking around and talking. We're actually,
I don't know, Cyril's tie to me made it feel pretty Star Wars, because what is going on there?
I'm gonna get me a shirt like that. Probably just
like, how do you even I don't even know how you even.
It's probably just a dickie with a strap on it.
Yeah. It wasn't as dapper as Andor's outfit when he was, Mr. Fashion Designer.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm gonna say you're probably right, but regardless, there should still be aliens across the galaxy. So.
Yeah, he's very racist against aliens, but yet his 2 top advisors are aliens.
No, right?
Thrawn is an alien.
Vader's basically an alien at this point.
So. He's a cyber alien.
He's more machine now.
Alien just means different from you. So there you go.
Oh yeah, I don't know if what he maybe
That's
he
the
sees
logic of
something in
Palpatine.
them, or uses the Force to kind of, I don't know. Somehow Palpatine.
Can't make up his mind.
But for the most part, yes, he's very anti-alien.
Maybe he only uses Thrawn because Thrawn is so smart. So he's like, all right, I'll
I
use you
can
when I
see
need
why
you.
he uses Thrawn. I just don't know about the other two advisors.
Oh,
That's true.
I know exactly what that is. That's the excuse. So they're basically, he has them there to, when somebody says you're a racist against aliens, he goes, no, I'm not. Look, I've got a black friend, or I mean, I've got an alien friend.
We've got an Asian. I mean, Cam. He's just not here tonight. You know.
Yeah, he's not here. I have an Asian friend. I'm not racist. I know a black guy. Come on, I'm not racist.
A black guy follows me whenever it's sunny out.
Okay,
My shadow.
there you go.
Anchorman quote for you.
So they brought something from Legends in the Tarkin massacre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's now canon and is the catalyst for what happens next, which I assume is going to be. It'll either be in the next arc or the arc after that.
Hey, you never noticed? Hats off to you for not seeing a race.
Oh, Garrett.
Jim's not Asian. This is Jim. Wait, how did you? Oh. Sorry, Debbie.
That's all right.
So that's the thing. So the events take place over 5 episodes. So is that 5 of the remaining 6 episodes, or
No, because Gorman's been involved from practically the very beginning.
Right,
so,
it was a lot more involved in this set, and
Arc.
especially this past, just episode 6, because you had the heist that happened. Basically, what I'm thinking is, okay, this is the start of it right here.
Yeah,
the rebels have made themselves known, and the Imperials know that they're there now, because he even said, we got to let them think they won. And now that's going to give them their excuse to go in and
I just love this cat and mouse game, more so on the Imperial side, because like I said, the Ghorman are idiots.
Well, and again, this was what made this so good. You had the entire first season that built all of these characters up, so you know who they are, so you can focus now more on the cat and mouse game, on how this all happens in the second season, because these are established characters now. This is the way DC needed to do their movies. You establish your characters, and then you make the team up film.
And Gilroy has said everything he writes, he never writes anything unnecessary. So everything's going to pay off. Everything is leading to something. It might be slow at times and very dialogue heavy. That's leading somewhere. And once it pays off, you're going to go, oh, yeah.
But that's what makes it so great. That's what made season 1 great. Yeah, it was a slow burn, but boy, did it pay off. Season 2 is the exact same thing. Little bit of a slow burn, but there's going to be a big payoff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for Cyril to kill his mom. I see that coming.
Yeah.
I see him going.
Oh, Cyril. Just eat your cereal.
I see him going full on Norman Bates.
Either that or Dedra. I could see her doing it because he can't stand up to his mom. He's too much of a mama. Well, I don't know if mama boy is.
He's a wiener.
Yeah, he's a wiener. But I could see Dedra doing it very easily.
Cyril, when Cyril's order is wrong at a restaurant, he doesn't tell the waiter. Dedra does. She'll be like, "Hey, he ordered steak. This is chicken." You know.
No, it's. I think he's gonna get mom. Again, we had him the first 3 episodes. We had him on his bed pouting.
That's what I
was
am
like,
till next Tuesday. I mean,
So that's the meme now. Now I'm waiting to see what they come up with. All these meme gods that come out and have him drinking the milk out of his cereal bowl.
oh gosh,
See what they come up with.
Cyril eating cereal.
Hey, I'm over 60. That's how I do it. I drink my milk out of the cereal
but
bowl.
I'm just waiting to see how they do it, what they come up with.
Well, there's also the memes of "Mother, you're dripping." The comment that he said. There have been some memes on that.
Oh Lord.
Oh, but she's mean as crap to him too.
She just has nothing nice to say about anything or anyone. Well, I guess she likes Dedra, but
well, the whole thing. He gave her that spider. He's like, here, this is for you. Oh, maybe I'll call it Cyril because it's quiet and it doesn't ever call me and it doesn't even do anything. It's like
he should have just thrown the cereal bowl at her.
He should have thrown the cereal bowl at her, got up and walked out and said,
"Who puts a booth in their house?" By the way,
obviously her.
Tells you what you need to know about her, people. Actually, I wouldn't mind a booth. So what am I saying?
I'm like, God, I
And
can't
her
wait
voice.
for.
I don't know if she was a smoker or what, but golly,
I can't wait for her to go either. How about that? I know she's going to die before the end of this. I'm looking forward to it.
Cyril's like, "Hey, Mom, I'm finally going to bring you to work. Come to the Death Star." And then you see Luke Skywalker.
Oh. Or maybe he takes her on vacation to Jeddah.
Yeah, we're scared.
I don't know. I can also see him dying and her surviving.
Oh,
and that's just the ultimate twist of the knife is her standing over. Wow, I told you would never amount to anything. Look at you dying before your mother.
She would probably go to his grave every single day to point that out.
Exactly.
You couldn't even outlive your mother. Yeah.
You're such a worthless child. I should have left you on the doorstep of that monastery. Anything else?
Great stuff.
Bix getting her revenge.
Oh,
yeah.
was great, wasn't it?
That was great.
And honestly, too, with Cassian helping her too, and you didn't even know Cassian was helping until the very end.
And I bet you $1 million that wasn't one of the missions.
It wasn't either. I'll bet that was closure for her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And man, that was she locked him into the machine. As it pans back, and then she's leaving she shoots the officer. What are you doing here? You're not the big fat guy.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering, are these that torture device doohickey thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an early version of what we seen in was it Kenobi?
I don't remember.
It would be a later version because this is happening 3 years before the Battle of Yavin, and Kenobi happens 9 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is this a early version of that the device that we see in Kenobi?
An early version or a later?
You mean an old? It'd be older.
A later version? Because Kenobi.
Isn't that what I said?
No,
you said earlier.
Early.
You're like, isn't this the prototype? You know, we're like, wait a minute.
The prototype we see in this show. Is that a prototype for what we see later on in Kenobi?
Prototype.
Kenobi happens
before. Kenobi happens first. So Kenobi would be the prototype, and this would be the final picture. Because because of the way time works. Kenobi happened first, so that would be the prototype, the first one. Fast forward into time, we have Andor happening. That's the future version. That's not the.
This is like when I'm on the Star Trek show. We refuse to talk about math because none of us can do it. Well, maybe it wasn't.
This is not the. Kenobi would have been the earlier version of what this machine is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it wasn't Kenobi. What other freaking show have we had?
Well, so there's Skeleton Crew, Acolyte, Mando, Boba, Ahsoka.
The doctor guy. Maybe it was a Mando show because the doctor with the glasses.
Oh yeah.
That is Mando.
From Mando season 3. Yeah.
Okay, and he gets. I can't remember because it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I remember a torture device. Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that? They put him under the...
Yeah. They put him on the thing. Yeah.
Now you can say earlier.
Now
it's earlier.
Shoot me now, people. Shoot me now. I need to have a list on my computer that gives me a timeline of all the books and movies and TV shows. But you get what I'm saying now.
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
That was
just
my
so
bad.
you know, Debbie.
I apologize.
But
just so you know, next week it's 2 BBY. Just so you know.
I'm like a forehead VCR. I'm tracking.
Oh, let's see. Like I said, I did not.
Oh, and then they blow up the whole facility too, which was even better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that on Coruscant or was that on Ghorman? Where was that building at?
It looked like it was on Coruscant.
Okay,
say, that's what I thought.
Well, because that one guy, Deidre's boss,
who looks like, how are you still alive? Like, geez,
yeah,
dude.
Because he was saying something about they want to expand his program or something like that. So I was just like, well, is that there on Coruscant or is it somewhere else? But it probably is Coruscant. Because I don't think they'd have something like that on Ghorman.
Well, and Bix and Cassian are on Coruscant too, so that would kind of make sense.
This is true.
Again, hiding under the nose of the enemy. So,
yeah, I thought that scene was great. I was sitting there just rooting her on. Although, they should have let him suffer a little bit longer
before they blew
it up. As the guy was a creepazoid. Oh, speaking of creepazoids, I don't why did they have to put it in my head that Dedra and Ciro do the nasty? Oh my god! I was just like, no!
Turn off the lights. Jeez, how does that one work?
It still boggles my mind that they're together because I'm just like, okay, he literally creeped on you. He was a stalker, and I'm just like, why?
She's the man and he's the woman.
Oh my god! It's
role
reversal. And they're just like very awkward when they're together.
It's almost
she felt
like
bad for him. How about that?
It's almost like there's no chemistry. But no. Here's what it is. I got it. He has mommy issues because he likes a strong woman, and she's giving him the time of day. So this is his strong woman. She, on the other hand, is too engrossed in her career to try and find a man. Plus, she is a strong, independent, well-off woman. She doesn't really need a man, but she likes having
convenient.
It's convenient for her, and he's just a little wiener that she can do with whatever. So
I guess that's what I got to do.
Yeah, exactly. You need to find you a good, strong woman.
Or has she been playing him this whole time because she knows she can basically control him?
Well, that's the idea. That's she's the strong woman. She can control him. So
Well, yeah, because she was even told in that meeting that Cyril was in after he left that he's not to know what they're really talking about. So it's like he's there, and so he thinks he's involved. And then
So is he going to die on Ghorman during the Ghorman massacre?
Ooh.
We know he's there because we've seen it in the
Yeah.
trailer.
well, and he's currently on Ghorman because he's feeding the Empire. Here's what they're doing. They got all the boxes.
Oh, I know, but he's been going back and forth between Ghorman and Coruscant. So it's just like, yeah, the next arc might be the last time we see him.
Maybe.
So long, sir.
He's got to take Mom with him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say something about, was it? I was thinking in one of these episodes, he said something about bringing her there to show her the office.
Bring Mom to work day.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, we're being attacked. Shove.
And then she waddles.
Oh no, my mom. Oh no. Oh.
God, damn it.
Mom, stay right here for your picture.
No.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. I think all the
fiddlesticks.
fans would just rejoice all at once. Everybody would rejoice.
And I wouldn't call him a wiener anymore. Just saying.
That would be great. I'm calling that one. That one's my idea.
I like it.
We'll timestamp this and come back to this after the next arc.
So, all right. Anything else, Debbie? We good?
Well, like I said, I didn't get all the way through episode 3 the second time around. So
great.
I do have a fan question if we want to get to that real quick.
Sure.
Oh.
So Garrett, in the Facebook group, his question is, what are your preferred poisons for happy hour? Peppermint green tea.
I usually have a cup of coffee. I did not have time to make my coffee this morning. Decaf, because it's almost bedtime. And
you're talking about during the show, it's always flavored water, unless my cat knocks it over, and then I have to
Pepsi Zero.
Actually, we haven't seen this episode.
In my Star Wars cup. Pepsi Zero in my Star Wars cup, and a cup of Starbucks House Blend decaf with monk fruit sweetener.
But if we're talking actual Cantina Happy Hour or Happy Hour, if we're actually talking about Happy Hour, rum and Coke.
Mm-hmm. And actually,
I legally cannot say.
Yeah. Actually, if you do Captain Morgan's spiced rum and Diet Coke, it's even better. Because the spice in the rum mixes with the sweetener.
You know, Debbie's going to say, I've been drinking this stuff for 40 years. Why change now? You know?
When I was a girl.
My dad would have me make this drink. I would always have a sip.
Oh, the stories I could tell.
I like shooting Everclear with Goldschlager Chaser, so.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm kidding. That would probably kill you. So, anyway, that's
clear.
Anyway, okay, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight, Debbie?
Tomorrow night over on the Geek and I podcast, we return. We had a vacation last week. We are starting season 2 of the original series Star Trek, which is very exciting because the very first episode is Amok Time. Great episode. Saturday, Geek Gauntlet. Monday, I assume Monday we're talking about Thunderbolts. What the hell was I thinking? Oh my God.
We are having a show on Monday.
Yeah, well, no, I was thinking Jessica Jones.
Oh, Thunderbolts first, then we'll talk about
Thunderbolts, then Jessica Jones. Tuesday, Sith Dominion. They'll probably have another watch party for the next arc. Wednesday, War of the Stars. And then we'll be back with the next arc.
The next arc.
Andor.
Do they sit there and talk about the? I haven't watched any of their shows since it started, but is it they sit for all the entire 4, 5, and 6 episode and talk about
So
it while it's on?
what we did, what Dr. Dana did, is the stream started and he did like a 10-minute timer to get people ready to sync or whatever, and then we watched an episode, had a break, watched episode 5, ended the stream, and then we did episode 6 in Discord.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, it was. By if episode 6 wasn't so good, I was like, I'm getting tired.
Well, I
It's
had a
good.
hard time getting through this arc, not because it was slow, but because it was kind of a busy day in the clinic, and so I was kind of pooped. And I mean, even just waiting for 9 o'clock to come, I was, doing this. But I didn't want to fall asleep, because then if I fell asleep, then I wouldn't be able to go to sleep later. So yeah, I was fighting the sleep this week or last week, whenever it was, this week. Yeah, I was just like, oh, man, I wish he would have started
an
these
hour
at
earlier.
8 instead of 9. I could do it better. But yeah. So
Cool.
that's me.
Andrew, shameless plugs. What do we got?
Yeah, last Friday there was a new episode of Snackame. They discussed the anime short Alien Monday, which is a fan short. It's really good. I watched it. You can find it on YouTube. A guy digitally drew the entire short for like 5-6 years. He worked on it. It's got like an 80s style. But they were doing alien themed because it was Alien Day that it came out. I think it was, yeah. And then this coming Sunday on the Game of Focus YouTube channel, we're going to have a Revenge of the Sith themed episode. So it's not specifically like review or whatever, but it'll be something along the lines of that, I believe is what we're doing. I haven't seen anything confirmed, so yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. Let me think. Friday. No, not Friday. This month. Yay! At the end of the month is Fan Expo. Andrew and I will be there live and in person. Don't forget to swing by and say hi to us. Part of this mess that's over here that I'm trying to do is part of not what's on this table, but what's on that table. Is part of what that is I also have a table full of crap down here that I'm giving away.
Wow, he's giving away crap.
I'm giving away crap. I'm giving away stuff. Be giving away this lovely Lego set, Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter. It's going to be great. So giving away, like I said, I've got a bunch of Legos, some comic books, things like that. We get to meet Timothy Zahn. I get to meet him again. It's going to be a blast. It always is. It's always a lot of fun. So that's Fan Expo Dallas, and that will be May 30th, May 31st, and June 1st. So get your tickets and go, because it's going to be a blast, and we'll be there, and it'll be awesome. You can come hang out with us. And I think that's about it for me. I think that's about it. I think we're good. Mm-hmm. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the happy hour. So you guys have a great weekend, and go watch Thunderbolts this weekend and get your free comic books on Free Comic Book Day, and have an awesome May the 4th, and may the Force be with you all. Bye, guys.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand. Yeah.